Hi, this is Scott Schrader here with a teaching from Parashah T'Rumah. T'Rumah means offering, and we'll talk some more about that word as we go. But I'd like to direct you to Exodus chapter 25, verses 1 through 16, and I'd like to talk to you about giving today. In fact, God is bringing this up with the children of Israel, and He wants them to build a mishkan, a temple, so to speak, a tent of meeting that simulates what the third heaven looks like, or where God's dwelling place, the Father's dwelling place is. And so he's telling them he wants them to give as their heart impels them. It's not a commandment that you have to give so much like a tithe. This is an offering that he wants them to give out of their hearts. And so as their heart impels them, he wants them to give. And there were certain types of things they had to give that he was asking for to build it, because it had to be built by specifications. But he still wants them to give from their heart. This language draws us over to look at 2 Corinthians 9:7, where we see Rabbi Shaul, or the Apostle Paul, as he's also called. He is exhorting the Corinthian church to give in a certain way to the church of Jerusalem. He's collecting an offering, and so he's going to the different churches, and he's encouraging them. And he brings up four different things. One is to decide to give what their heart has decided, what they've decided in their heart. So this is the same thing as your heart impels you to give as you've decided in your heart, to give without regret. So not to give with regret, to not give out of obligation or necessity, but God takes pleasure in a cheerful giver. He's looking to you to give in a cheerful way. He desires that you give out of love. And so this word, we talked about the word love. The root of the word ahava, a love, is hav, which is to give. God so loved the world that he gave. And so when we give out of a cheerful heart, we are emulating the Father. This is the way he gives. He gives to us out of a cheerful heart. And so Shaul is encouraging those Corinthians, those in the church, the Corinthian church, to give with a cheerful heart, as God is here too, to the children of Israel, to give for the building of the temple as something to him, to honor him, and a place where a tent of meeting where he will meet with them, out of a heart where how their heart impels them. So let's talk about this word terumah. The root of the word terumah is room. Room is a very interesting word. It means to bring or to lift up, and so this is like an offering that we lift up to God. This the terumah. This is something that we're offering him. We're lifting it up to him, and we're giving it to him. And it means also to bring up, but it's an elevated offering, an elevation offering, one that I believe elevates us, as you'll see as we look more at this word. And so when we look at the first letter, it's head, or the first, or the beginning. It can be high as well. High, the head is high, and a lot of words use that. And so I believe in this case, it's head in almost all, in different applications. Here it's more of high, lifting up, high. And then we have the word, the letter vav. Vav in the ancient Hebrew is two rivers flowing together. And even in the more modern Hebrew, it's a connector. And so it's connecting, it's flowing together. And this is kind of the central axis of the word, is a flowing together. And you'll see how this works in just a moment. The last letter is the mem. The mem means to birth. It's actually blood, water, and chaos, which signifies birth and the womb, but really more birth. There's another letter that kind of signifies the stagnant womb, the womb that's there, ready to release something. But here, there's the release. There is a birthing. And so when we give, it brings this birthing. It brings a flowing together of lifting up and birthing something. And we see this in Luke 6:38. It says, if you give, it will be given to you. Press down. So we're lifting it up. God presses his blessing down upon us, shaken together like the womb, blood, chaos, and water, the birthing, shaken together and running over. It's something's birthed. And so this has to do with that birthing. When we give out of a free heart, when we give with an elevated offering, out of a free offering, this birthing takes place. This blessing back upon us takes place from the Lord, and He releases something in our life, um, He releases love in our life. This is releasing love. This is emulating Him. So I just encourage you today, when you give out of a generous heart. Give something you really want to give to others. It's not just money. It's time. It's anything that you can give. Your services, whatever that is. Endeavor to give that out of a good heart, and ask God to unite your heart to do that, that you might glorify Him and bless others.